Aside from its stadium, Maracanã is also ancestral land and the story of indigenous resistance.
In the past, all of the indigenous of Brazil, they didn't have the metro or airplanes, and so all the leaders and members of indigenous communities would travel by foot. It would take them months and months walking to reach this place. We believe this is sacred land, and we are going to take back our sacred land.
But a multi-million-dollar deal between the local conservative government and a national construction company to build a car park threatens to erode the final bastions of indigenous heritage in Rio. On retaking a building within the Maracanã territory, Evandro was brutally evicted by local military police under former right-wing governor Sergio Cabral Filho.
That night, a Friday, we were in the middle of a spiritual ritual. The police came at 2 in the morning, destroying our materials, interrupting our sacred ritual, firing tear gas at us and the children, and torturing us.
Since that night, Evandro now lives in another location which he would not disclose. He believes the Workers' Party and Dilma Rousseff are open to dialogue. But he also denounced the capitalist interests spearheaded by the local elite that stand in the way of reconciliation.
The only thing that can face up to capitalism is our culture, our dance, our roots, our identity. It's our spirituality. Our spirituality is very strong. And that's why they are scared. And that's why they are trying to protect their capital.
The indigenous, however, are not alone. Since colonization, the black slaves have been their allies. Together, they have kept up the resistance in order to protect both their land and identity. Quilombos are the organized communities formed by runaway slaves. Tracing their roots to Africa, they are matriarchal societies.
We've been here for roughly 105 years. My grandparents were the one to found this place. Well, not here to start with, first by the Funda Bay, which is here near the center, where many slaves came together, and a place that is also indigenous territory. All of this in the 19th century.
Surrounded by luxury apartments in Lagoa, the Sacapão Quilombo has refused to move from its ancestral location. And the contrast is striking. Yet despite the differences, Luis affirms he and his family are as much a part of Lagoa as anyone else.
The blacks who live in the countryside, they do not suffer as much racism as we suffer here in the city, because the racists from here believe that our place is in the countryside.
It wasn't until 1988 that Brazil's constitution recognized and defined legally the Quilombo. Since then, the Workers' Party government has outlined further acts to defend their communities. Today, official records state that there are over 3,000 Quilombos in the country. Stephanie Kennedy, Telesur, Rio.